I kind of messed up the face though. How is everyone? Today we're going to be painting faces in gouache. The trick is not to treat the face any differently than the other elements in your painting and not to psych yourself out. Here we go. So I'm going to start with my highlights. So now that I've got like all this color, I'm going to kind of just reach into the white. And I can end up making this lighter after. This is way too dark. Way too dark. I gotta apologize in advance because some of this video is pretty blurry because of the camera that I was using. At some point the focus will come into play. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to go into the purest white that's on this palette and see if that makes a difference. It's still pretty pink. I'm just gonna kind of do this almost wet on wet. I'm mixing a slightly darker color now. I just took a little bit of black so that it becomes like this purple. And I'm going into areas that I should not be. That's too dark. So I'm just going to paint it in this area that's darker. It could be that I send this to be even darker later, but it's kind of like you mix your colors and they might look one way on the palette and then you may have to adjust them. Bless you. Now, I could just avoid all of these areas and wait for them to dry and really like keep that strong puzzle piece factor. But I'm choosing not to. One, in the interest of time for this demo, but the other aspect is I know that I'm going to continue to layer this. I am kind of moving around and trying to find all of the places where this color can go. It is actually, I'm surprised it's holding its place a little bit more. This swatch that was too dark, I'm just gonna go in with this like warmer red and try to pull that away. And it's going to mix in with the color that I have. That's fine. I just want to pull it away from that area. So far it's kind of like, how is this any different from what we've been doing on the fabric? And the answer is it's no different. You just have to not psych yourself out. Because a lot of the times people are thinking that there's they get all their confidence on the areas that they don't think matter, so to speak, of like the pants and the shirt, and then they totally tense up and choke when it comes to the facial features because they put all this pressure on themselves. I haven't once thought about this aside from me declaring that this is a person, like somebody I know. I haven't thought at all about like, this is the nose, this is the cheek, this is a face. I'm literally just looking at these puzzle pieces and saying, is this light or is this dark? And then I'm just painting it. So you can see what a difference the color range makes. Like once I start adding these darks, it's not going to just be in his hair. He's actually blonde. Just because somebody has light hair, it doesn't mean that there are not extreme darks and extreme lights. Similarly, if someone has dark hair, such as myself, it doesn't mean that there are no highlights and midtones. Like you're still going to find them. Obviously, the interior of the mouth would be dark, but you're also going to find that dark elsewhere in the face. This is so dark too that if you just put it on the over here, like it would feel too sudden. It doesn't mean that the tone is wrong. It just, oh my gosh, there goes his face. That's an open mouth. My gosh. You got to make sure you have a point on the brush, but you also got to make sure you don't have like a goop of paint. This is too dark right here, right? So you got to take a lighter color to transition it away. So that would be basically layer one. You keep going, and at least for me, this is the fun stage because like the base is already there, and now it's like you're figuring out how you can increase your contrast, how you can clarify form. And like all of this highlight I had lost, so I'm going back in with the as pure white as I can, and it's going to absorb down so it'll still have a connection with the palette. The last thing I want to show you is just what might be considered the finished version. You can kind of see that I've just keep going over it in smaller areas. Don't treat it any differently than anything else that's in your in your painting. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in person, or you can email me, and you can always refer back to this video as necessary. All right, see you tomorrow.